Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This one really ticks me off, but we don't really know how belligerent this guy was or this or that. A guy in Georgia, this U.S. state, was arrested, ladies and gentlemen, for asking him to see a warrant for some claim or another. And this is coming March 16, 2016, out of Blairsville, Georgia. And this is basically the idea. It's a scary case, a story out of Georgia, where a man is arrested for demanding to see a search warrant, which didn't go over well with the UCSO SWAT squad. Well, you're dealing with SWAT, you're dealing with guys who think they're still in the military. Suddenly, UCSO SWAT squad showed up, in full gear rather, 6 of them. 6, that's hardly a SWAT team. Usually they have 6 guys on the property and 10 guys relaying commands, to close off the area. Anyway, it was like something out of a scary movie as someone watched them arrive on the property. Earl's wife, the man in the story, told him that the police were in the driveway. He went out in a bathrobe and slippers asking for a warrant. They wouldn't show him one and never said what they were there for. Well, at that point, you kick somebody in the head and you get dragged off, ladies and gentlemen. Finally, they were told that Earl's daughter was a suspect in selling drugs, meth, out of an RV that had been in his driveway. He and his wife had no idea regarding whether this was true or not, with no information to go on. Earl continued to demand to see a warrant, so they basically contained him by kneeing him 3 times in the head. He was then arrested and charged with obstruction, felony, and misdemeanor of an officer. That's bullshit, because they hit him. They had charged him with assault, but dropped the charges, as Earl was the only one assaulted. No shit. The trial took 4 days and resulted in a guilty verdict on a misdemeanor because he didn't obey the officer's commands to stay back or go in the house. Yeah, if you're on my property, you're going to obey my orders or you will have problems. You can put felonies all day long. It ain't going to mean a goddamn difference. You were there to do shady shit will be done to you. It's just the way it is. You show up, you have a piece of paper in your hand, and you do nothing else besides that. I will watch you. It will be done. Good. The cops were trying to say that Earl, the little old guy in a bathrobe, was like a kung fu ninja who hit the officer by running into him and kicking with his hands away. Earl and his wife are concerned about the condition of the probation for the misdemeanor. The terms of his probation include no firearms and a waiver for Fourth Amendment rights, which is bullshit. They will be subject to unannounced search and seizure at any time, day or night. One of Earl's sentence requirements was that he is supposed to take an anger management class. He went today, got evaluated, and the counselor concluded that Earl did not have anger issues, but rather a righteous patriot anger issue. The counselor agreed with Earl, and his report concluded that anger management class was not necessary at this time. See how they're just trying to push more government bullshit in you? If you disagree with them, it's an assault because it's right then and there. But yet they're the ones beating the shit out of you. It's just government terrorism, ladies and gentlemen. And then they put the charges on you just so they can hold you over, detain you, tell you no, tell you you're being a bad subject. At that point, I'd pack up my family and I'd fucking get out like, nope, kiss my ass. I'd been gone. Anyway, so this made its way to Christian Patriot Radio. via Caroline Hardiman on the show to discuss the event station dealing with Earl Conlon. And you can read about all that because it gives some kind of situation underneath. But what I kind of love about this is they actually made him part of his parole, have him sign a waiver for Fourth Amendment rights. I would have never fucking said that. In fact, when that officer handed me that warrant, that officer would have got, well, it wouldn't have been pretty. I'm not here to harm an officer, but you're not here to take my stuff from me either. You want to be taking my stuff from me? That's on you. You notice one thing they didn't talk about, whether or not the daughter was guilty. I kind of felt that needed to be said, you know. Also, you know, a SWAT team for a high school chick. I mean, was she 300 pounds and considered extremely dangerous? I don't know, folks. Probably sounds like something some chick whose daddy's a police officer set up. Messed up, folks.